Hey everyone, hey Wellness Crew, and welcome to today's reading of the 64 Ways, Personal Contemplations on the Gene Keys. Today I'm going to read the 10th Way. Gene Key 10, the Way of Naturalness. Shadow, self-obsession. Dilemma, ease. Gift, naturalness. City, being. Programming partner, Gene Key 15. Codon ring, the ring of humanity. The transformational way of the 10th gene key moves from self-obsession to being, and it's the way of naturalness. Thank you so much for the like. I appreciate that. If we have this gene key somewhere in our profile, or are drawn to or contemplating it, we may be in for a surprise or even a shock. Whatever we're seeking in life, however hungry or exhausted or frustrated, this gene key offers us a way out. The problem is that we may not want to take it. The reason is that it's too easy. We humans often don't do easy. We like to make things as hard as possible for ourselves. It seems to be the habit of the ego. The harder we struggle, the more we feel we exist. The dilemma here is ease. It cuts very, very deep, does this gene key. In this modern fast-paced world, this gene key has become like a forgotten backwater to our genes. It's as though we're all racing past this wonderful treasure. We pass it every day on our way to work. Because of our intensity, expectations, and longing, we miss it within our relationships. Even in the quietness of our inner life, we rarely stop to give it even the smallest moment of our time. The ancients always spoke of this thing, this elusive thing that we all seek. And they also spoke of it being right under our noses. Well, here it is in this gene key. The great sage Chuang Tzu spoke it in his immortal words, "Easy is right." If we want to really know what this gene key is all about, we can make these 3 words our creed. Contemplate them over and over again. We really have to try and understand what they mean for us. This is the shadow of self-obsession. We all suffer from this disease. We worry about our lives, our future, our clothes, about what others think of us. Even if we don't worry on the outside, we're running from ourselves. We hide in our business, our jobs, our studies, our busyness. We've forgotten what it feels like to do nothing. We've forgotten how dreamy life can be. We've forgotten completely how to relax. We're obsessed with knowing where we're going, who we are, with finding our purpose. If we've been drawn to the gene keys, it may be partly because the shadow is driving us. We needn't worry or rush into self-judgment. We only need to see the pattern in our life. That's all this gene key asks. This is how transformation occurs, through doing nothing and simply seeing how manic we've become. If we take the shadow deeply into ourselves, explore it, and get to know it intimately, our life will just change. We won't be able to help it. Our awareness will turn inwards, but without becoming obsessed. We'll slow down. We'll begin to enjoy life, to experience it. So few of us really experience life. We're so obsessed with our problems and challenges. We've become a deeply selfish species. Think about all the people in the world who are obsessed with finding their perfect partner, their soulmate. That can become a secret obsession that lasts an entire lifetime. Think about all the people striving to make more money, to find more comfort. That can last a lifetime. Our families are lacking in true love, in true safety for our children. Was our adolescence a safe place? Did we feel that loving, joyful holding from our parents? If we did, we're one of the rare ones. We don't need intervention. We don't need guidance. Not really. We don't need advice. We need to feel love and joyfulness and acceptance around us. We need to feel a sense of play. Our obsession with the dream is what undermines our ability to relax in life. We don't need a dream. Life takes care of everything for us. We've forgotten the simplest truth, that life takes care of everything. Without this truth, we're doomed to be a tight person living in a tight life. We're angry, frustrated, we're bored, dissatisfied, ungrateful. I'm sorry if this seems like a negative ranting monologue, but this gene key has a certain ruthlessness to it. I said it'll cut to the bone. Thank you so much for the like. It's remarkable how something so soft and simple can be so harsh and unforgiving. Why are we self-obsessed? Are we endlessly chasing our own tail, putting off our relaxation until tomorrow, until Friday, until the holidays? What kind of a life is this where only a few weeks of a year we relax? When we add all that up at the end of our days, we'll see what our life has really amounted to. Ease is before us, but we don't take that path. We take the hard path, the steep path, the path of toil and struggle and distraction. The one who decides to take the easy path swiftly finds ecstasy, playfulness, a purity and simplicity of being. The easy path goes through gardens of delight. It has seats placed in beautiful places for us to rest. It has little tea houses with kind and wise old hosts waiting to serve us. It's lined with friends and friendships. Friendship is central to this path. It's given central stage, but most of us won't take this path in life. We may want to. We may like the sound of it, but our pattern of self-obsession, our addiction to the drama and the struggle is too great. So we'll likely turn away. Think about that. The 10th gift, naturalness. Nowhere is our self-obsession more pronounced than in the spiritual life. The more spiritual we become, the more achingly serious we become, and the more we think we know. But we have to admit at a certain point that we know nothing, absolutely nothing. Do you think I know any of this? Everything to do with the gene keys comes out of nothing, out of my not knowing. Don't ask me what I know. I can't tell you. If I do the same contemplation tomorrow, it'll come out completely differently. I may say the opposite. This isn't science. This isn't dogma. It's nonsense. It doesn't need a sense of continuity. It's wisdom. Truth flows from a sense of naturalness, a place of flow, of playfulness. We have nothing to defend with this gift. There's no need to defend any position or opinion, because we don't really have one. And spirituality can be the greatest trap. Under its veneer, we may one day see that we've quietly taken on another set of views and opinions, new layers of complexity and thought. I mentioned earlier that this gene key gives us a way out. It does. It truly does. This way out is naturalness. How to be natural? It can't be done. There is no way to be natural. Naturalness is actually a process of realization. We begin to realize that everything is natural. We can't even say that the shadow is unnatural and the gift is natural. Self-obsession is natural at the beginning, and then it naturally dissipates as our hearts open. I listen to my children arguing. It's natural. I listen to the birds singing. It's natural. I feel my laziness. I feel my seriousness. I see pain, beauty, any state between the shadow and the city, and I see only that which is natural. The gift of naturalness is a softening of our edges. It's a great allowing, a great place of defenselessness. Easy is right. Where will those words go inside us? The ancient Taoists teach the art of the Wu Wei, the subtle art of inaction, of doing nothing. We don't act and everything gets done. It doesn't mean that literally. This is a subtle thing to understand. Many have misunderstood these words. All the Advaita teachers out there in the world at the moment, you know these people who say there's nothing to do, no spiritual path, no enlightened state, no unenlightened state. They're right, but they're still there saying it. Why are they saying it? Many times they're saying it, but they're not living it. If they were living it, they would have disappeared into their own lives with no need to teach. I don't wish to be harsh or judgmental, but this is such a subtle truth. You can't decide to be natural and then go and make a career of it. This gene key is easier than that. Some of those teachers are utterly authentic. All are behaving naturally because you cannot but behave naturally, but you can also be naturally mistaken. So be very, very careful when it comes to these subtleties. We can see the truth easily enough. Easy is right. If it's playful, if it doesn't take itself too seriously, if it's fresh, original, then it's something emerging from nothing. If it's repetition, if we've heard it before somewhere, then perhaps it's not so pure. Wu Wei is so subtle. It's something we cultivate inside ourselves over time. It can so easily be mistaken. We must be careful of any spiritual path with this gene key. If we're naturally drawn to one, it can be our learning, but not our home. We must allow ourselves to become softer, more open, more yielding. That's the pathless path. That's what we mean by naturalness. The 10th city, being. When I wrote the city in the original Gene Keys book, I had such fun. I spoke of the way the Bodhisattva and the Arhat, two paths or revelations to truth. The Bodhisattva is of the 15th Gene Key, the city of fluorescence, a path of marvelous and colorful service. The Bodhisattva vows to stay on the path until all beings are enlightened. It's a path of sacrifice and service. Then there's the Arhat. The Arhat sees that all beings are already enlightened, so why the fuss and bother? If they're all enlightened, what am I going to do? There seems to be no point in doing anything. This 10th city is so normal that it seems radical. It's about meaninglessness. There's no meaning to life. There's no hidden secret. There's just the beauty of this moment turning into the next. Naturalness arrives at being. It's always arriving there, in fact, but being is too simple to describe. It can't even in relation to non-being. The Buddhists speak of being and non-being. This city is beyond both. It isn't a polarity. I don't know if you're understanding me in this gene key, or if what I'm saying is of any use to you. If you hear what's really coming through, you may experience a spontaneous sense of deep relaxedness pervading your inner being, an utter acceptance of that which is. There is nothing that is not natural. This gets us out of the game. But again, it's so subtle. We can't stop seeking unless the seeking naturally exhausts itself. Many have made that mistake. They hear this truth and then they stop seeking because the attraction of stopping and arriving is so great. It's exhausting to seek. Not seeking must be such a restful thing. So we try it out. Our mind buys into this idea. Then we can look at all the seekers in the world and sort of pity them. Have you experienced this? Do you know someone like this? Spiritual people become so entrenched in their viewpoints. If we want to believe in angels, if we just naturally know that there are angels, then that is our naturalness. If we're a scientific materialist, that is our naturalness. Being is the most inclusive, gentle, and non-superior state. It very rarely becomes a spiritual teacher. If it does, then it's with great reluctance or with great playfulness. Being has no need for teachers or teachings. The moment is the teaching. The Arhat may seem like a selfish person. We can see a higher mirror here of the self-obsession in the shadow, but this city isn't interested in itself at all. It has nothing to discover, nothing to do. Thus, everything gets done through it. How can I possibly make this practical? There is nothing practical about this city. Practicality is the Bodhisattva's path, to be helpful, useful, to try and help people move beyond their suffering. It appears very noble and pure, and it is. But the Arhat is just as pure. It's not that they won't be kind and helpful, but they haven't got any agenda. They haven't made any vow to help all beings. They are just content, utterly content. Being is a state beyond extremes. Its sole characteristic is its neutrality. It's so neutral that it shows up all other extremes very, very clearly. If we've ever met one of these people, we would either not even know it on account of their ordinariness, or we'd be deeply disturbed at the depth of our unrelaxedness. The 10th city also knows laughter. Not that laughter is an agenda, but that pure being alone sees the great human joke. This gene key lives within the codon ring called the Ring of Humanity, and it connects across to the Ring of Seeking through its programming partner, the 15th gene key. Its role is to show up seeking, but it isn't in contradiction to seeking. That's where you must get the subtlety here. One is not better than another. If we do get the big joke in this gene key, then we may come to the end of our spiritual path quicker than we thought. But please don't be seduced by it. If it dawns in us, it will dawn in us. Our seeking must exhaust itself naturally. This is a city we're unlikely to see. It's our natural state, but because of that, it's unnoticeable. That is unless we spend some time around it. If we do, we'll see that the ordinary hides the extraordinary. The world was once a place populated by this city. One day it will be so again. Chang Tzu says it thus, with his wonderful, irreverent humor. Dull and unwitting, men have no wisdom. Thus their virtue does not depart from them. Dull and unwitting, they have no desire. This is called uncarved simplicity. Be uncarved simplicity. The people attain their true nature. Then along comes the sage, huffing and puffing after benevolence, reaching on tiptoe for righteousness. And for the first time, the world has doubts. Thank you so much for joining me today for this reading of the 64 Ways, Personal Contemplations on the Gene Key. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join one of the membership tiers as it is popping off. I'll see you on the next video or live stream. Be well, stay wild,